do a stretch for the hip today. It's gonna feel really nice. So we're gonna start with a block. We're gonna put a right foot on it. And then we'll come into a forward fold. So your right side ribs will be resting on your right thigh. Your feet are hip distance apart and all 10 of your toes are pointing forward. Now let your head hang and begin to breathe with closed lips. Push your right foot into the block and breathe. Feel your body relax with each exhale. Now we're going to do something I call juicing the hip. And what that means is you might shift your hips side to side a little bit like you're wagging your tail, or you also might do little hip circles with your hip. Your right hip would make little circles. And certainly you'll feel some areas where it's a little tighter and areas where it's a little looser there. All right, now we're going to stop the juicing portion of this and walk the hands around to the outside of your left foot. And then again, push your right foot into the block. Walk your hands around to the front of the feet or on either side of the feet. Stepping your left foot back. You'll have a bent right knee. Well, you engage the upper thigh and pull that thigh into the hip socket a bit. And then again, we're going to juice the hip, either wag your tail or move in little circles around the hip joint. And because we all hold our tension a little differently, we all might have a little different experience, and perhaps even on a different day it will feel a little different. You might want to make different movements depending on the day. So if you have really tight hamstrings or really tight calves, really tight back too, this is a good exercise. Especially if you have sciatica or piriformis syndrome, this is one that really helps. All right, now from here, we're going to lift up with a straight spine. We're going to do that because the right foot pushes into the block. Yeah, okay, we're going to come out of this and do a little fossy. So if you take your right foot at a 45 and then just put your left foot behind, and it's kind of propped up. Now, lifting your chest, we're going to take a big, deep bow. And we're going to come into the right hip. I'm going to flip around. You guys can stay where you are. I'm going to flip around so you can see from the side what it looks like. So I'm going to sit into my hip. I'm going to sit my hip back. I'm going to sit my hips down. And really reaching into, think about if you could reach into the space between your connective tissue and the skin of your bum. And then maybe twist around to your right. Now let's step out, and we're going to do all of that over to the other side. All right, left side, left foot on, forward fold. Left side rib basket resting on your left thigh. Your head hangs to the floor. Relax as you breathe. Each exhale is another opportunity to relax. We're going to juice the hip, so either wag your tail or make those little circles. Just maneuver around so that it feels good, like something's letting go here. All right, now we're going to stop the juicing part. Walk your hands around to the outside of the right foot. Push your left foot into the block. Push. Lots of breath. And then walk the hands around to the front of your toes. Step your foot back. left thigh up engages. It kind of pulls in towards the hip socket and engages. Push your left foot onto the block and begin to juice that left hip. Because your left foot pushes into the block, you lift up with a straight spine. And we're going to do a little fosse. So we're going to step out on that 45-degree angle. Right foot behind, a deep bow into the left hip. All right, I'm going to flip myself around. So when we're in this left hip, we sit down and we sit back and we really reach into the hip. Think about if you could reach into that area right below the skin. Having a long spine helps with that. And then we'll gently come out. Now my recommendation is to repeat that again, and then take a little walk around. And the hips, the legs, everything might feel a little bit different, a little bit freer. So that's our little bit for today. If you have questions, leave those in the comments. And don't forget to hit subscribe up there. I'll see you next time.